Experience the epic series that the world is watching and raving about. Catch up or relive the first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones, now on HBO On Demand, and watch back-to-back episodes anytime on your schedule. This year, join the Legion of Followers and enjoy past seasons of Game of Thrones, plus the premiere of Season 4 on April 6th on HBO. Don't miss out. Sign up for HBO and get free access to HBO On Demand.
The government's lead negotiator in the BTC take-back exercise speaks out after F&M layoff claims. We'll tell you what BTC managers think about those job claims. 3 men arrested for a major drug find. A bank lane brawl goes viral, and defending government's firefighting efforts in the Barry Islands. We have those stories and more coming up tonight. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Christina McNeil, and your MB12 starts right now. Joining us. Lead negotiator in the government's Bahamas telecommunications company take-back deal, Franklyn Wilson, today hit back at suggestions from the opposition that the government negotiated mass layoffs in exchange for a new CEO appointment. He explained the efforts to regain majority control of BTC were done with the Bahamian people's best interests in mind. Dana Smith reports.
Wilson said although he cannot speak as to whether or not BTC is planning any outsourcing exercise, it is categorically untrue that mass job losses were part of the negotiations to take back BTC. Wilson dismissed the reports as an effort by the Free National Movement to distract the public.
Certainly, nothing we got for the country is contingent on any agreement on behalf of the government to approve outsourcing, massive outsourcing. I'm not speaking to whether outsourcing exists or don't exist. I don't know that. We don't run the corporation, but I could say it is not a part of any agreement that we have negotiated.
F&M Chairman Darren Cash yesterday revealed what he called the disgraceful details of the government's deal with Cable and Wireless. Cash claimed former BTC CEO Leon Williams would be reinstated to his post for a price, namely a massive outsourcing that would result in hundreds of jobs being shipped overseas. Cash said the Prime Minister allegedly agreed to the terms. But Wilson, who led the government's BTC negotiations, said no such deal was reached. He accused the F&M of playing politics.
It was not a surprise because it's politics. To me, I call it diversion. I assume if I were in opposition, I would prefer to have people talking about this type of thing as opposed to talking about the truth that a successive government, to the government of which I was a part, was able to get back for the Bahamian people a majority economic interest in PTC, was able to get back an arrangement where the majority of the board are citizens of the Bahamas, and was able to get these things done without any significant expense to the public purse.
Wilson stressed he is not commenting on any potential layoffs decided by the company. He just wants to make clear the work the BTC negotiation committee did and supposed job losses were not a quid pro quo in the deal.
I do not wish to accuse anyone of lying. All I am saying is that the matters that we negotiated, we have a fiduciary responsibility to ensure that the public at least can hear the truth as it relates to our committee's work.
Wilson told our news team the BTC sale by the prior administration included a business plan which, if properly executed by Cable and Wireless, could have resulted in the level of job losses the opposition is now talking about. Wilson said the opposition's comments could be a move to create fear amongst the public and divert attention away from the government's efforts.
If I were in opposition, I would prefer to have Bahamians afraid of something than to have them celebrating the fact that the successor government has managed to overturn what my party messed up. I'd prefer to change the conversation too.
Well, the president of the union that represents BTC managers also spoke out in the wake of the F&M's claims. Talbot Colley says he's cautiously pessimistic about the rumors and called on F&M chairman Darren Cash to reveal his sources.
I think the onus should be on those senior public officials to disclose in no uncertain terms instead of creating hysteria and all of this concern in the public domain that the press, the print, and the talk shows have, run wild, so to speak, with it. I think we've got to hold them accountable to say, okay, if you're making such a statement, substantiate it.
Colley says BTC had previously assured the union there would be no major plans that would lead to job losses. And until the company says otherwise, that's the position he believes.
The company has in the past gave us some assurance that there is no downsizing planned at the particular time that the assurance was given to us, and they have not come back to us with any updates or any information to the contrary. So we are holding them to that position until we hear otherwise.
President of the union that represents BTC workers, Bernard Evans, also told our news team he was not informed of any outsourcing exercise. He says the Bahamas Communications and Public Officers Union would bring BTC to a complete stop if the reports are true. But Colley says to speak of any action at this point would be irresponsible.
I don't think that it is responsible at this juncture to make such statements. First of all, we have over 100 plus managers within the company. It is their livelihood that is at stake. It is their security and all of their commitments and family, etc., connected with their employment here. So I think it would be irresponsible to say what the union may or may not do if certain things come to light.
Colley says his union would reach out to the appropriate executives to see if there's any merit to the reports. And Digicel reconfirming its interest in entering the Bahamas market after BTC's 3-year-long cellular exclusivity period officially ended. Guardian Business understands that Digicel hopes to see the imminent announcement outlining the liberalization of the cellular market in the shortest possible time frame. Digicel head of Group Public Relations, Antonia Graham, tells Guardian Business that Digicel welcomes the liberalization process and would like to see Bahamians experience and enjoy the benefits of competition. Last week, Prime Minister Perry Christie called this an exciting period for the country as the Bahamas telecommunications market is on the brink of liberalization. It is now up to the Prime Minister to get the process started. Police on Grand Bahama are tonight on the hunt for the suspect or suspects who shot and killed a 56-year-old white British man in the Emerald Bay area of the island earlier today. Police say that around 7 a.m. a man reported that while he was at home with his family, 3 masked men armed with a handgun and a machete entered the home, tied up all the occupants, and robbed all 7 people inside. Police say the man who was killed got into an altercation with one of the men who shot him. He was pronounced dead at the scene by doctors from the Rand Memorial Hospital. We understand the British man who lives in Canada was visiting his mother and other family members. Police say the robbers got away with jewelry and other personal items, fleeing the scene in a white GMC truck owned by the gardener, which was recovered not too far away from the home. Police say the robbers likely tampered with the phones at the residence, as family members had to drive to Central Police Station to report the matter. Police say anyone who has any information about this matter should call them at 350-3107 or 8, 911 or 919 or the nearest police station. They say they are following some leads, but investigations continue. This is the 4th murder in 10 days and the 6th murder for the year on Grand Bahama.